Hello everyone, welcome to Courtside. I'm Blair Cartwright. Please be joined by Tom Collen, our women's head basketball coach. And coach, 11-0, 2 great wins last week over Oral Roberts and then 12th ranked Oklahoma.
Well, obviously it was a good week for us. You know, coming out of finals, you never know what you're going to get. I think we had the longest layover that we've had in a long, long time because we played 2-3 games before finals, or 2 or 3 days in between before finals started. So you never know. You know, the kids, they worked real hard during that time, and they convinced me they were ready to play. I was a little nervous about Oral Roberts, but they got off to a fast start against them, and then later, you know, finished them off and did a pretty good job. And then they got into that Oklahoma game, which is obviously a game that our kids have really been looking forward to, and our fans as well. And so pulling the big upset victory over them made for a really nice week and a good Christmas vacation.
Let's get into our 3 keys. First off, well, who else? Sara Ricketts, SEC Player of the Week, by the way, this week. 21 points against Oklahoma, 10 points against Oral Roberts.
Well, and you know, we've said this all along, as Sara Ricketts goes, that's how our team goes. And it hasn't always been, you know, picture perfect, you know, with her. She's had her ups and downs, but you know, I think she's really starting to mature. She's getting a little bit tougher. She fights through some of the bad moments, and she started off in that Oklahoma game last night, you know, and wasn't picture perfect, but she really got gritty near the end, and she stayed focused and had a great game. Had a great game against Oral Roberts, and so we're starting to see, I think, signs of how good she can be, and certainly getting the recognition of being SEC Player of the Week twice this year already, I think is a good indication of that.
Our second key, Lindsey Harris, 12 points against Oral Roberts, 18 against Oklahoma, including some big threes.
Well, and Lindsey, she keeps getting tough too. You know, she's the forever kid that's on the go, wants to be good, works really, really hard, but is wound really, really tight. You know, so she's up and down as well. But she's just really starting to mature. You know, we've talked in the past about last year. These 2 kids were our leaders, but they were only sophomores, and now they're juniors, and they're starting to step up, and they're starting to gain some confidence in themselves. And you know, certainly Lindsey Harris is the one kid on our team that can really throw that thing down from the 3-point line. And she came back last night late and threw a couple down that were really, really crucial, that gave us that lead that I think made Oklahoma feel like the game was over with.
And our third key, Kira Peak, wow, incredible, 11 points, 9 rebounds against Oklahoma, 9 against Oral Roberts. She's really coming on.
Well, she's a fan favorite, and I think everybody understands why. You know, she's like Superwoman off the bench. You know, she comes in there. I swear, every time I go down that sideline, I turn and look at her, and she's already got that warm up ripped off, and I expect a big S to be there on her chest. You know, it's like she's really embraced this role, and she plays hard on the defensive end. She rebounds the basketball, you know, and she's starting to contribute in the scoring column as well. So I'm not sure where we'd be without her right now, and we're fortunate to have her. We think she's one of the best freshmen in the league.
And we also need to give a little recognition to Sara Watkins. Foul trouble against Oklahoma, but a double-double against Oral Roberts, 22 points, 10 rebounds, first double-double of her career.
Well, and our fans missed her coming out party really on the road when we were on that 4-game road swing. She was tremendous on the road, tremendous against Oral Roberts. A little hampered last night. They were really focused on her. They wanted to take her away. We felt like the way that we needed to beat them was off the dribble drive, and so that took her a little bit out of her game, and the dribble drive ended up winning the game for us. But you know, she'd be more than willing to give up the points as long as the team wins, especially against somebody as good as Oklahoma.
It was a good week to be a Razorback. We'll talk more about it after this timeout.
Kids can now be a part of the Razorback experience by joining the Junior Razorbacks Club. All Junior Razorbacks will receive a T-shirt, membership card, quarterly newsletter, discounts at Hog Heaven, tickets to select Razorback events, special post-game activities, and much more. The membership cost is just $40 and $25 for each additional child. Membership forms are available online at ArkansasRazorbacks.com. Join today.
You've got mail.
This week's question comes from Held in Bella Vista. Great win over Oklahoma. Do you get a Christmas present of being ranked as a result?
Well, if we do, I think it would be great. You know, I can tell you right now, it just feels good to be 11-0 and on the right track with this program. I think that's the thing that means the most to us right now. Means the most to our players. I think confidence is growing as a result of that. Hopefully we'll get in the polls. You know, it's hard with the AP Writers poll. A lot of those people voted last night, and they might have even voted before they got the results of the game. So we may or may not move into the top 25 there. And the other thing that happens is, you know, you win, you get a big win, but sometimes is it enough to catapult you above somebody? You almost have to have teams in front of you lose. And so the polls they're kind of a funny beast sometimes. You know, I would anticipate that we've got a good shot at getting ranked in the coaches poll, AP poll, not sure. You know, bottom line is if you want to get that recognition nationally, you just got to stay busy, go to work, and keep winning games, and eventually they're going to give you your due.
And we want to remind everybody we're taping this prior to the polls release, so that's why we're kind of speculating about it. And hopefully, if not this week, Razorbacks will be in the poll next week. Thanks for the question, Harold.
Submit your question on the Courtside page under women's basketball at ArkansasRazorbacks.com. Head coach John Pelfrey and the Razorbacks are recruiting you to join the fun at Bud Walton Arena. December 22nd is Family Day. For just $60, receive 4 tickets and a $10 concessions voucher. Additional tickets are only $15 each. Enjoy the excitement of Arkansas basketball this holiday season with Family Day on December 22nd. For tickets, call 800-982-HOGS or stop by the Razorback Ticket Center. And remember that you are our #1 recruit.
Welcome back. Christmas break for the Razorbacks. Everybody a chance to get home, enjoy family and friends over the holiday, and then come back on the 28th and you play Furman at 7 o'clock. What do we know about them?
Well, they've got a winning record right now. You know, we haven't watched a lot of tape on them. I think Coach Antoine is in charge of that scout, and I know she's watched videotape on them. I know that when I go home for Christmas, I'm going home with a satchel full of DVDs, so I'll be watching a little bit of Furman on the road, and maybe even jumping ahead as well and starting to watch some of the SEC games. So I think Furman will be. I think they'll be a good challenge. I think the one thing that we've learned, as much as we seem to be playing pretty good basketball right now, we've had our run-ins with some teams before that you can't afford to take for granted, and so hopefully that's a lesson that we've learned. Long layoff, never know what you're going to get, but I think our kids should be focused and ready to come back. May need to knock a little bit of rust off, but you know, Furman's got to knock their rust off as well. So hopefully we'll get ready. We'll take care of business against them, and then it's on to the SEC where the real season begins.
Yeah, I was going to say, you get a nice little break here at Christmas. Kind of unusual. Usually it's maybe 3 or 4 days, but with the game being on Sunday and then not playing until the following Tuesday, you get maybe a little extended time there.
We get off early. You know, we're off on the 20th, which is good, just in time for my birthday on the 21st. I don't get to experience my birthday very often.
Well, happy birthday.
It's usually, thank you. It's usually on game night, and it goes unnoticed. So I appreciate that, but it is a good break, and I think these kids have earned it. You know, we were going to get up and practice early this morning and try to get a little conditioning in, and I went ahead and gave them off and let them get out of here and get home and see their families. And you know, for the time being, let them wallow a little bit in this good fortune and how well we've been playing, and hopefully it'll make a nice Christmas holiday for everybody.
Well, great. Well, congratulations on being 11-0, and Merry Christmas.
All right, thank you. You too.
Merry Christmas to you as well. Join us next week for another edition of Courtside.